Greetings, intertubes. Hi, Mom, it's me. Still haven't gotten used to this phone. One of these days I'm gonna have to actually do better than I'm currently doing. Anyway, it is Christmas Day, 2024, and I am at the Santa Susana Pass in what was Corriganville Park. And it's a beautiful, if cool day. Just spent wonderful Christmas Eve over at my uncle's, and lots of fine food and spirits were imbibed. And now I've got half a day with nothing to do except maybe poke around on the computer, or I don't know, browse porn, whatever it is. Anyway, so I was driving back from Thousand Oaks towards Beverly Hills, and about 7-8 years ago, I lived in a trailer park on a fifth wheel trailer about a mile from here. And I was I'd been working at Wholesale for 13 years at that point, and I had a lot of free time and was kind of aimless, didn't know what to do with myself. So this area has a nice park here. Back in the day, this was a movie studio lot that then got turned into a state park, I think. And almost every other day I was over here at the park just for a little exercise and walking around. As you can see here, the Amtrak rail station goes through here, and the railway goes through Simi Valley. It's usually a train that goes through here during the day, during the week, at least every hour, that type of thing. Anyway, as I was wandering through every square inch of this park years ago, on this very back lot that was just a parking lot for a Boy Scout campground, I guess, certain times of the year, I came across the remains of what was a maze that, I don't know, some kids had put together some years ago. And at that time, it was just a little thin stream of like one rock, and it had been neglected for years, and you could barely make out the outline of it. And this horrible neglected old tree that was just all brush, and you couldn't even see through it. And my weird sense of humor, I started rebuilding the maze and adding to it because I thought it was a cool idea. And at one point I had the rocks around it. I used to take rocks from the piles near the rails there and pile them up. And at one point I had this a foot and a half high all the way around. I worked on it for, a year and a half. And there it is. This is the parking lot and the Amtrak rail and all that good stuff. You couldn't see it around me. It's actually a beautiful area. It's a funny little quirky thing that's tucked away a corner of the park very few people go, right down from the freeway. That's Santa Susana Pass up there. And anyway, I worked on this thing and had it built up really nice, and I'd spend my weekends on it because I was bored and had nothing else to do, and people would come up and ask me what the hell I was doing and was I crazy, which I probably was, still am. And built it all up, and then one weekend I hadn't worked on it for about a half month or something like that, and came to do some more work on it, and it was gone. A city crew or something like that had bulldozed the whole thing. I couldn't find a single rock of it left. And I went, oh well, I guess that's the end of that. And ignored it. I thought, well, that's the way the world goes. You build something, it gets torn down, and everyone forgets it ever existed. But there's a pattern to the universe. I don't know, I don't. There's an idea that's put out sometimes. It's called a morphic field or morphic resonance. This idea that there's some type of metaphysical shape or form to things, and matter just kind of falls into it like a gravity well, and creates this physical thing. And I didn't create the maze. Somebody did. I have no idea who. I have no idea how long that maze sat there before I started working on it, or why it was originally put in, or if there'd been one there before that. What I did know was, many months or years later, after I gave up the project, someone started rebuilding it. Not the same as it was before, not in the same place. It's moved over about 15 feet and off to the side a bit. But it first started come together as just a little stream of rocks. I went, well, that's cute. At that time, they just rebuilt just a little tiny portion of it. And now it's been 6-7 years since that project, since it was bulldozed over and someone started rebuilding it. And I was just driving on my way back to Beverly Hills, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw this. I gotta stop and take a look at this. And I'll be damned if the project that I started, that was bulldozed and abandoned, has now recreated itself in many ways more complicated and bigger than I had originally had it. I didn't start it. I did my part. I moved on. And then things continued, almost as if that morphic field, as if once something comes into being, its tendency to stay, that morphic resonance, that permanence, it seems to be a thing. I don't know what you make of it. I have no idea who or how many people rebuilt this thing over the years, why they did it. It didn't start with me. It certainly didn't end with me. And I originally put that bench there, and lo and behold, it hasn't changed in 7 years. It's still there. I just threw that there briefly because I wanted someplace to sit after spending hours moving all these damn rocks around. I originally trimmed the trees up a little bit, and I'm surprised that somebody cleared all the brush out and made it a very nice place to sit and contemplate. Far better than what I had originally had. But I think it's a metaphor for life. We're called into being, and we barely understand the things that came before us. We do the things we do, and we barely understand why we did them. And we're part of this morphic resonance, this continuity that who knows what all the implications are and where it ends to. But I think it's cute and it's humbling that you never know what gets set into motion or how far it will go. Anyway, that's my great metaphysical thoughts for Christmas Day 2024, and boy, 2025 looks like it's gonna be a mindfuck. Should be exciting. Anyway, Intertubes, stay tuned. Hi, Mom.